All right, week recap on November of week one. Typically, I do week recaps about strictly NQ, but since I've been trading gold a lot lately, I'm gonna do both NQ and gold. Um, I'm not gonna do like NQ fully and then gold fully. I'm just gonna maneuver between the two assets. So I'm gonna do Monday NQ and then gold, then Tuesday NQ and gold. So that's pretty much how I'm gonna do these recaps. Not sure if I'm gonna keep this exact like system. I don't know if I want to keep doing gold reviews. Maybe if we get a decent amount of setups, I'll review gold more often. But um, as of right now, we got pretty good setups. I just recently started trading gold a lot more because NQ has been honestly just pretty buns all of October, and I wasn't sure how November would be, but we had a pretty decent play. Like I think on Wednesday we had. See, Monday and Tuesday we didn't get anything. Wednesday we had a play. We had two plays on Wednesday. Uh, Thursday was a great day for me personally. Didn't manage it that well. I'll go into more detail once we get that point. And then Friday just was pretty dog shit. So honestly, not that great. The only good day, I mean, Wednesday was beautiful. Thursday was also beautiful, but that's pretty much it. And in terms of gold, we had a play on Monday and Tuesday. We did have a play here on Wednesday, but it ended up getting break even. Thursday was not the best day. It was a winning trade, I believe. It was a break even or win, depending on where you took profits at. But scuffed my entry. Just overall, not a great day for me. Thursday was the worst day of the week for me personally. Just how I managed everything. But and then Friday we did have a very very clean play. I absolutely love this play. This would have been the best setup of the entire week. Unfortunately, price action decided to get break even, give us a break even on this trade, and then we reswept this low and then made our move. So now that we just briefly overviewed it, I'm gonna go into more detail, and we'll start off with NQ. Yeah, we'll turn this indicator on and then go to Monday. So start new. Okay. All right, right here. We didn't get anything that caught my eye. Did not take anything on this day. Just looked very slow. Not slow. Just didn't like the structure of this day actually. But we did have a nice pre-market play, or I think it was maybe like right at market open. If we had an SMT here, this would have been A plus, and maybe I would have considered taking it, but fortunately did not happen. This high. I mean, it looks pretty obvious that we would have an SMT, right? But no, we don't. No SMT there. But we did reject out of an hourly right here. As you can see right there. I don't really like the sweep that much. That's just me personally, but we did have a very nice 5-minute play. Absolute death candle. Inversing two fair value gaps in one candle. Targeting this was an unmitigated hourly. Was it? Yeah, okay, that was an hourly. Let me check just in case. Unmitigated hourly right here, right above that one. And then we have an unmitigated 15-minute a little bit below that. So, yeah, nice 1-to-1. I mean, if you were crazy, you could have targeted all the way and took London right there. But honestly, don't really know what I would take profits at. This seems like the most reasonable take profit in my opinion, but who knows? I did not take this trade, so we'll never know. Let's see, maybe we gotta play off of this London sweep because this was inside the new week opening gap. Wow, major high time from SMT, respecting this 15-minute right here on ES. Off the bat, I already see a 5-minute play that happened. A 1 minute nothing, 2 minute nothing, and yeah, this 5 minute seems like the only reasonable play. Although it does look like we slowed down a bit. This is a nice target. I like this. This is probably like a 15-minute. Okay, no, we have a 15-minute up here. If we mark the equilibrium of this range. Yeah, this is a pretty good target. I like this a lot. Maybe there's a 5-minute up here somewhere. Okay, there's an unmitigated 5-minute here, which would be our break-even point. Unmitigated up here. That aligns with the 15-minute. So this one, honestly, if I took this, I am 100. Okay, oh, that was the wrong entry. It was up here. I would extend this just to be a little bit over 1-to-1. 1.5 hours. That's nice. Yeah, since we hit this 5 minute, or we didn't hit it, we made equal highs right there. I personally, when we do that, I go break even, so this would have been a break even trade for me. Maybe we could have cut a re-entry off of this 5 minute getting respected here. Let's check the 1 minute chart. We have an entry all the way up here on the 1 minute, nothing on the 2 minute, and that seems to be it. Yeah, so if you did take a re-entry, this is not bad. This looks pretty clean. I like this. Of course, you would have gotten break even. Okay, at this point, my bad, I read that wrong. Okay, so the initial trade was right here. By the time you got the re-entry, that's when we made equal highs, and at this point, you would have just got break even on both pairs, or on both trades. Let's see if this played out. Okay, so this trade would have lost right here. This one I think stuck, but unfortunately would have been break even. And okay, well, yeah. So even if you didn't go break even at these equal highs, we ended up like an hour later, we ended up breaking that level, tapping into this 5 minute gap, but then we ultimately come back down to break even. So overall, not the best day. This was the only play I could have seen on Monday. That didn't really look too nice to me. I just didn't like that we didn't form an SMT or anything like that. So let's move on to Tuesday. I'll go on the hourly actually. Okay, is this it? No. All right, there we go. So this day we are in this massive new week opening gap. From 9 through 10. Okay, so we already seem to be in that hourly. Let's check ES and see what's happening here. Major high time from SMT. I think there was an SMT on the 4 hour. So we hit this gap, which is Friday 24, 10 a.m. Now if we check NQ, Friday 24, 10 a.m., we can have an SMT as you can see, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that out. All right, now let's just hop in the 15 minute. Okay, this looks like very clean longs to me on Tuesday. Let's see, because we don't seem to have any trades marked up here. We reject out of this 15 minute, although it does take a while. We're in this 15 minute for around like an hour and a half. So it's going to be hard to anticipate when we're going to break this. Okay, I see the setup that we had on the 5 minute. If there's nothing on the lower time frame, then it would have been that 5 minute, and this would have been technically invalid. So we have 2 1 minutes. By the time you get this 1 minute, it's basically where the 5 minute entry is. So I doubt we got anything good. Same thing with the 2 minute. Yeah. So this was a pretty clean play. Just unfortunate entry points. See what we did on ES. So ES looks like we rejected off of 15 minute as well. This looks a lot cleaner. But yeah, by the time you already would have gotten the entry, like you could have, you could have banked on this. Maybe the stops like underneath this fair value gap that we formed, and just gone break even at this London and then aim for 1-to-1. You would have banked. The ideal target would have definitely been London highs. We have equal highs, it seems to be right there, and then pretty nice trend line right here. Honestly, not a bad trade. Maybe you could have taken it. Nah, I wouldn't take a continuation here, but we do seem to get a 5 minute tap. And yep, no entries, maybe on the 30 or the 15 second, but at this point, what are you actually aiming for? There's really no other targets. You can't just use all these unmitigated gaps and expect them to all get filled. You have to have like a major strong draw on liquidity. But yeah, that's gonna be that for that day. So that's Monday and Tuesday, and I just realized I did not follow my rules. I just told myself I was gonna go like switch out between 2 assets, and I just did 2 back-to days on NQ. So we'll do gold here on Monday. So market opens. London is available. I really like this level right here. Honestly, I just kind of wanted to see what happened. I didn't really care too much about predicting, so I was just like, I'm just gonna see what happens. And as soon as we dumped off market open, I saw the level we swept. We respected an hourly right there. We also respected a 15-minute, very tiny right there. And let's see if there's anything on the 5-minute. Nothing much on the 5-minute. Okay, we have this 5-minute right here, actually. We hit the OTE from the high we just recently made on the higher time frame all the way down to these London lows, which is the low we made, making this a fat range right there. We hit the OTE of that, took liquidity, respected multiple imbalances. We're also rejecting off the true day open level, so that is perfect. We have a good break-even point right here at this 5-minute, and funny enough, did not go break-even here, so I ended up sticking this. This technically should have been a break-even trade, but if you're trading discretionally, I mean, look at the highs we left up here. This is perfect generated liquidity. We have a very just stagnant price like movement right here. So nice little accumulation zone, and then we have London highs above. You could really just full TP here for around a 1-to-1, but London is way too obvious to not, hold that. So we get the 5-minute, we tap it, and end up getting break even, but that's way too close for my liking. I wanted this trade to breathe a little more, and we ultimately delivered. This day we actually had 10 a.m. news, so it's kind of funny how we delivered very smoothly here, and then we started, resisting right before we hit this London high. We kind of get a pullback here, and then right when 10 a.m. opens, we get a massive birth candle towards this London high. So that's a pretty nice play, and I think the rest of this day we didn't get much at all. We just chopped up. If I go on the 5-minute, just play it out, you'll see. Don't really get much at all. So that's that for this day, and we'll move on to the next day, Tuesday. Okay. What is going on? There we go. Okay, so this day we have let me see, I don't remember this. We don't have much on the 4-hour at all, except for these lows here. On the hourly, it looks like we respected a gap. Yeah, so we rejected off of this gap here. On the 15-minute, let's see what we have. Okay, we don't respect any 15-minute, so I'm not sure honestly why I took this trade. This doesn't look too A+ to me. But ultimately we gave a setup, so this was actually a 15-second entry. I remember, because I have a screenshot on my phone. Of course, I posted it on a story. Let me bring that up. So we have, this was on Tuesday. Yeah, so Tuesday there's a 15-second entry, and it looks to be, okay, I'm glad I marked this out. We have an OTE zone. So let's go ahead and mark out the OTE and see if, because I didn't think we hit it after reviewing this, but why did my screen turn this color? Like, what? Why did it just do that? This color is so ugly. I don't know if it's just looking like that for me or if it's going to show that on the screen recording, but that's so hideous. Okay, then it's back to white now. Yeah, this is the OTE zone that we respected, which is pretty good confluence here. We get the 15-second at around, I guess, this level here. Let's see where my entries were. I was looking at the 2-minute chart, so if I go on the 2-minute, entries were around, okay, we almost got it perfect. It was like right there. I did not actually take the actual 15-second inverse. I waited for a bit more confirmation. So once we got a pullback, we respected another 15 or a 30-second fair value gap. Not sure which one. It was one of those. And then once we got an up close candle off of that, that's when I entered around the same entry point as when we got the 15 seconds. So, yep, on break even at this 5-minute. And this one, since it wasn't as A+, this is like probably not even an A model. This is more like maybe a B+, B-, somewhere around there. So yeah, of course I went break even once we hit the 5-minute. Did not have as much conviction as I did the previous trade. This trade is exactly what you want to see. This is an A++ model, an S tier model, if you say. It's really, really clean. This one is not that clean, especially since we got a 15-second inverse. Like, that's pretty scary type of entry right there. But luckily we had a good break-even point, which is the main reason why I took this. If we had a 5-minute or something all the way up here, probably would have taken it. So the break-even point really is what got us hooked on this trade. But yeah, this one overall played out. And if we play out the 15-minute chart, let's see what else happened. Yeah, a bunch of bullshit happened. So we'll go ahead and go on to Wednesday, starting off on gold this time. All right, so this day was a break-even trade, I think. On the hourly, rejecting out of this hourly imbalance here. I'm on the 15-second, or the 50-minute. Sorry. Okay. Don't like the way these candle formations are happening. We don't have much imbalances at all on the 15-minute. But yeah, not expecting price to come all the way down here, sweep this just so we can come up here, looking for a continuation model. That's pretty much what we got. We still had a lower time frame reversal here, coming down, taking liquidity inside of this OTE zone from this high all the way to this low down here, respecting this 5-minute. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got. What is this entry? So we have a 1 minute here. We have a 1 minute up here. We have a 2 minute. Okay, we have a 3 minute right there. It's probably the last one. Yeah, that's the one we took. So 3 minute IFEG. Looks to be we have a 5 minute up here. This is a great break even point. Looks beautiful. I don't remember exactly how this played out. I don't know if I took this. Did I? I really don't know if I took this or not, or if I took a trade on NQ. I don't know. I'll have to check. But this of course looks to be, yeah, got break even here. Failed to hit London. Really the only play I see here, if we go on the 5 minute chart, we probably don't have much else at all. We tap this 5 minute, but we don't get any entries here. I mean, we do get an entry right here actually. Now I'm looking at it. Off this 1 minute, we do hit the break even point, so I probably would have just stayed out of this, especially looking at this price action. It looks absolutely horrendous. Looks so fucking ugly. 1-to-1 towards London. Not bad for the RR. I like the 5 minute retrace, but even this reversal here, like, this does not look clean at all. We're still in this zone area. This is the real manipulation where we truly push out of this range, and then we get an entry here. But even at that, if he took this, he would have still got break even. So quite unfortunate. Let's move to NQ. Okay, so NQ, I missed out on this trade. I'm getting tired of talking right now. I just want to go to bed. Okay, so the higher time frame, this overnight play, well, really just early in the morning, we make our London high, we reverse from there, and then, oh my gosh, we retrace down from this entire move we made during Asia. We hit the 1 hour and 15 minute right here, also hitting the 50% mark. Yes, pretty much the same stuff on ES. So looking for a continuation. The only thing I did not like about this was that we already hit London, and we already tapped into this 4 hour, which would have been great targets. If we bring this back to here, or even just a bit further, this looks like an A++, an S tier model. Okay, this looks absolutely perfect. We have London highs, relatively equal highs at that. We also have this 4 hour. Overall, just great targets. I absolutely love this. This looks amazing. But yeah, fortunately, we did not get everything we wanted. Maybe if we didn't tap into this 4 hour, this unmitigated 4 hour peer, would have been a bit more confident in taking this one, but stuck to gold on this day. But yeah. Basically, same thing what happened here. Wasn't expecting us to come down here. I expected this to be the absolute lowest point we wanted to go to, and maybe we get a retrace on this leg and then get entries for long. So we get a 15-minute unmitigated gap. Actually, it's not unmitigated. We slightly tap into it here, but it's aligns with the 50% mark from this high up here that we made all the way down to this low. We also tap into an unmitigated hourly, so that's also beautiful as well. And the entry was on the 1 minute. Now, a lot of people probably got break even here. This did hit for almost a 1-to-1, so it's pretty reasonable if you got break even. Although, mechanically speaking, this should be the break even up here at this high. Not a single 5-minute inside. So this low key, if I did take this, I most likely would have gotten break even, expecting this gap right here to hold, which is quite unfortunate. Maybe we respected a 30-second, but on the 1 minute we did not end up respecting this gap. We did get a 1 minute IFEG, so maybe you could have took re-entries. That just really depends. I don't know what the lower time frame looks like. But yeah, we end up running up. So the levels we have are, I don't know why this is marked as a 5-minute. Intermediate high, this tapped into an hourly gap. So it's an intermediate high, and then we have an unmitigated hourly up here. That's where I was expecting price to kind of go to if we were going to continue up. And we did. We pulled back into this 5-minute right there. Not much reaction out of that, no entry, but once we pulled deeper into it, we also tapped, I think it's a not 5 minutes, but a 50-minute. Yeah, right there, the 50-minute as well. And we got a 15-second entry at around here, targeting these recent highs for almost a 2R, which is perfect. And you could have just held runners all the way to that hourly high. Oh my goodness, hurry the fuck up, please. Looks like ass. I know we hit this, bro. I know we hit this. Okay, there we go. But yeah, that's that for Wednesday. Now let's go ahead and head into Thursday. My mouth actually hurts from speaking so much. Okay, this day. Now, we have an SMT here as marked right there. You can see we have an SMT right there. We also rejected it out of a 4-hour. So overall, the higher time frame. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Oh my goodness. Rejecting out of this hourly with that SMT there. This was also a 4-hour that we're rejecting out of, so looked very bearish on the higher time frame. We had great draws to the sell side, Asia in this 4-hour low. As you can see, the 4-hour was just beneath it. Excuse me. Yeah, great levels. I loved how it looked. We had entries like pre-market to go short here. Okay, my screen is turning like orange, pinkish again. Please turn back. So this is the play, the market open play. This was perfect, bro. In this case, if I did take this, this was pre-market, so of course I didn't take this. But if I did take this, I would definitely, despite the high RR, I would 100% hold until we hit these lows. This is so fucking obvious, bro. This is the most obvious short I've ever seen in my life. Excuse me. But this is the play we took. So market opens here, boom, we dump. Take Asia, and we fail to take, or we take London and fail to take Asia. Now in ES, we actually already took Asia way before during London, but NQ left relatively equal lows here. So if we did get an entry right here, would definitely not take that, which like wait until Asia gets hit, because this is also a 4-hour as well. So glad we didn't get anything there. We end up dumping, and then we have a 2 or 3 minute. Let's see. Okay, so we have a 2 and a 3 minute, but it appears that I took the 2 minute on this in this case, which is more discretional. Would have gone break even here. Didn't do that strictly because we had an unmitigated 15 minute, 2 of them, and we have an unmitigated 5 minute. So I'm gonna go back to the other chart. So we have also an unmitigated 5 minute up here. Here's the actual 5 minute that I was really targeting, and then here are the 2 50 minutes right there. So great levels. I love them. And yeah, I really thought we were gonna hit these, and then we also had equal highs up here where this unmitigated 15 minute is. So I held this trade, and then ultimately got stopped. One mistake I made was failing to realize that right here, at this point in the reversal, if I looked on ES, we actually edged Asia low, or London low. So in this case, by less than a point, so I should have, I feel like I still would have taken this trade if I knew that, but I definitely would have gone break even at this point. And then I also failed to realize that at this break-even point, we had an unmitigated 4 minutes. So this was a great break-even point. Should have definitely went break-even there. Then we end up selling off. So we kind of confirm our bearish bias here. End up inversing this hourly and the 4 hour right there. So at this point, it's safe to say we can look for shorts. All right, right here we make equal lows and we come very close to this target because since we are now flipped to being bearish 100%, the only reason I'm bullish here, despite we have us having this move right here in this setup on the higher time frame, was strictly because I love this level, and if we got reaction out of it, I could definitely expect for us to come back into these imbalances and rebalance this leg. Of course, you can tell that I wasn't expecting a full-on reversal here, like based off my TPs. I wasn't aiming for any liquidity, strictly just the rebalance of this leg. This aligned with OTE and equilibrium right there, as you can see. But now we flip bearish, and our next strong liquidity is right there. Pretty obvious. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking for. And we get a pullback into this 5 minute, as you can see. And then we get a 1 minute inverse. And I took this. And funny enough, just like the previous trade, we edge here, and I do not go break even. So I just fully took this loss here. Very unfortunate. Definitely should have gone break even and just waited for another inverse to get to take this low out. And a retracing, we hit this premium 5 minute and this 15 minute right there. There's a 5 minute. And then we give a 3 minute short entry right there. Boom. And absolutely wham this low. So yeah, pretty unfortunate day today. As you can see, it was still a profitable day. This should have been a break-even trade, another break-even trade, and then a banger right there. But unfortunately, just the way we played this out and managed everything, you know, we took a loss here, and 2 losses, I'm done. So I missed out on this trade. So that's how you can tell. That's what I meant by poorly managed, and it's completely my fault. Now, if we go on to ES. I'm sorry, not ES. I just got it wrong twice. What the fuck is wrong with me? If we go to gold. It's Thursday. Okay, this level seems to be London, and also a 4 hour, and also a 1 hour, and also a 15 minute. Also aligns with the 50% mark of this entire move here. So we have an unmitigated 15 minute up there. We also have an unmitigated hourly. Great targets. However, and this was a winning trade, I just scuffed the entry very hard. Who is texting right now? This is where I entered. The break even was at this 5 minute right here. Targets were up to here. This 5 minute aligns with this 50% mark from this range. I entered basically at the break even point, which was already risky enough. And because this RR was not a 1-to-1, I did not take full TP, and I ended up getting break even on this trade. Actually, no. I ended up holding this, and I took a loss on this trade. So I took 3 losses. Actually, I'm trying to remember, dude. This is so hard to remember. I know for sure I took the loss on NQ. I for sure took the loss. I took 2 losses on NQ. I just don't know if this was a loss or a break even. But the entry should have been right here. This is what the entry should have looked like. Okay. And this, of course, hit for a 1-to-1. A little bit more than that. So taking partials, even if I didn't full TP here, taking partials here was definitely the move. So, unfortunate day. Again, that's 3 trades I did not manage well, and I turned break-even trades to losses, and I traded a winning trade into a loss. And then because I managed it poorly, had to get off for the day, and I missed out on that short. Yeah, that's Thursday for NQ and gold. And we will now review, let's just start off on gold and then go to NQ, because I don't think there's a, okay, I'll save this one later, because this was the this A plus or S tier model. I really don't know. We'll decide once I'm finished reviewing it, but this is the best setup. I love the setup. This is on par with the Monday trade that we got on gold. So I'll save this one for last. I'm going to go over NQ because this one was really dog shit. Or the price action was really dog shit. So Okay, this day we don't really have any much. Don't have much narrative at all, except for being bearish, just because of structure. We inverse a lot of gaps. We're delivering from this big move here, inversing a bunch of gaps. So next draw on liquidity are these lows here. On the hourly at this point in time, before we get the entire 10 through 11 a.m. price action, this is more from pre-market to 10 a.m. We do have an SMT with this low and ES, because ES takes the whole thing. My fucking jaw hurts, bro. So I'm just gonna go and skip to the setup. Wasn't really looking for much here at all, but market open, we dump. Nothing given here, not even a 5-minute. As you can see, we're just chopping, and then we have this nice down move right here. Great manipulation. We sweep liquidity, and then this is more later in the session, I believe. I actually don't know if it was late. Okay, it's actually pretty early. I don't know why I thought it was late in the session, but we have a nice 5-minute inverse, and I love the setup. And I was like, I was already planning on just not trading this day. I think at this point in time, I had already taken the gold trade. Yeah, I took the gold trade already, and yeah, didn't want to end the week off bad, considering how we came off on Thursday. Kind of just not right, so I just needed the week, just call the week off and recharge for next week. But I would be mad at myself if I didn't take this. Okay, I really like the 5-minute that we had here. We have an unmitigated 15-minute up here. We have a premium 5-minute right above that, which would be our break-even point. Yeah, and I really like that we had great low resistance liquidity right there, as well as equal highs, and we have an unmitigated hourly above us. A little bit above that, we have the true day open. And yeah, I figured we would close more inside of this range to close on the weekly candle. So I liked it, but once I saw that we came up here, we didn't make exact equal highs. We almost made exact equal highs at this unmitigated 15-minute. But on ES, we swept it. So we made an SMT, and at that point, I went break even. Got break even, and I was like, okay, I am done for the day. I'm not going to go on tilt here. And that's basically the trade for NQ. Now, if we go to gold, this was absolutely fabulous. Okay, we have low resistance, crazy low resistance trend line right here. And the end of this trend line, we have London high. Very open, free, and available. So I love the idea of price running up towards this draw on liquidity. We come down, we take Asia low. Okay, we tap this unmitigated hourly right there. Not only that, but we respect the entire this whole move. We have this massive range, and we respect OTE out of there. So I very much like that, like a lot. So it's really, really clean reversal. We also had equal lows that we took out. We have an unmitigated 5-minute right there. So this would have been our break-even point. The only thing I did not like about this, so we got a 1-minute entry pretty early, right there. We got a 2-minute, I think around the same time, right there. But this 3-minute would just not fucking get closed through. It was just, boom, edge at 3 minutes, boom, 6 minutes. And then on the 9th minute, damn near 10 minutes, is when we finally get the entry, okay? Honestly, I did not take this. I was like, I kept telling myself, I'm not gonna take this. Until like what was I gonna say? Once this candle, like we had this doji candle, I told myself I'm not gonna take it. And so once we got this next candle, we finally inversed it. Of course, I didn't take it. Did not want to do anything stupid. So yeah, but I did end up taking a trade here. So once we got a retrace, if I took that 3-minute, I would have got stopped because my stop would have been discretional, like around right here. So we come down, we dip, and then once I see this rejection wick on the 1-minute right there, I'm like, hold on. I've seen this too many times to not be aware of this. So on the 15-minute chart, we have a nice rejection wick here. And if you mark that range from the wick that we created, you have the OTE zone of that rejection wick, and that's what we tapped into, this OTE zone. Beautiful candle here. We actually don't even make a bullish or bearish candle. We just make absolutely nothing because we have this massive candle, about 3.5 points there, and then we just completely flip and don't even make a candle right there. So I love this a lot. We had an obvious 1-minute inversion right there, And low-key, I was kind of a little skeptical. Okay, my mouse is, trading view mouse thingy is broken, but who cares, we're already done anyways. Didn't take it here. I waited for like another 15 or 30 second for Valley Gap Respect to take it, and ended up taking this. And once this 5 minute got hit, that's when I went break even. And unfortunately, I this didn't get break even here, but I took the M and Q trade, or I took the M and Q, not M and Q. Sorry, I'm so brain fogged right now. It's very late. I'm tired, but I took the micro chart, so I took MGC. Okay, and on the micro chart, we ended up taking this low right here, and I got stopped at break even, and then we ran up. But ultimately, this trade failed. Yeah, not sure why this failed. This looked, oh, I forgot about that. So after this trade failed, all we did was just retake this low right here. We didn't tap into anything else too significant, so I'm not sure why we did all this. And then after that is whenever we truly delivered. This was crazy delivery up here to London High, but that's gonna be it for the trade recap, or the week recap on November week 1. Overall, great week. I'm very satisfied with how price looked and the setups that we got. However, I'm not satisfied how I managed Thursday. Everything else was great. Okay, took back-to-back wins Monday and Tuesday on gold. Missed out on the NQ trade, but we did take the gold trade. But unfortunately, was just break even on Wednesday. Thursday should have been a break even trade. Should have been 2 break even trades. 3 break even trades, 2 on gold, 2 on NQ, and 1 on gold, and then 1 win with that NQ short. But ended up taking 3 fucking losses, bro. That's insane. It just sounds so unprofitable, bro. We only took 1 on the live. Took 1 loss on the live on Thursday, and then the other losses were eval trades. So pretty unfortunate. And then Friday, just a very shit day, 2 break-even trades. Great setup. I love this setup right here. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the week recap, and I'm going to end this and go to bed. So yeah, that's going to be it. Peace.